Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Now that my obligatory informative videos are done for the day, it's time to talk about current events in the online fitness community. And some of my subscribers have awared me that Aaron over at Alpha M has made yet another video about training and fitness, which is the only videos of his I ever watch, ever critique, as I don't really care about fashion tips. I mean, I already have a beautiful head, beautiful shaved, shiny, turtle waxed head, and I like Superman shirts and Punisher shirts. I'm good to go on fashion, right? Now, some people are going to say, Jason, you're the same age as him and you're wearing comic book stuff. Yep, that's true, and I really don't care. I'm happy with it. So, that aside, let's talk about the fitness tips, because Aaron kind of is a mixed bag. Actually, even though I kind of laugh at a lot of the advice he gives, a lot of it is not serious advice. It really isn't. It's really just magazine, bodybuilder.com type nonsense, because that's partially who he's sponsored by. And he turns everything into a supplement ad. But he actually does have some good info in there from time to time. And in fact, he said some things here and there, including in this video, that are spot on, that he's absolutely right on, that even I'm not going to disagree with, that he actually hit the nail on the head. He got a couple of things right in this video that he is absolutely 100% correct on. He also got some stuff that's like, quit advertising and trying to sell people poison. So what did he get right and wrong? What's the good advice in here? What's the gold nuggets to take from this? Well, the first thing is that he kind of pointed out, yeah, we can talk about 30-day stuff, but let's be realistic here. Consistency matters. And let's come back over to all his points about consistency. And he's right. He is right. If you are not consistent in what you do, it's a waste of time. Don't bother. Quit wasting other people's time. Quit wasting your time. There's no point in just being a failure if you're not going to be consistent. But that kind of comes back to the point of the 30-day thing. You can't be focused on 30-day goals and be consistent. Those are completely incompatible mindsets. In other words, someone who comes in and says, I'm trying to make dramatic changes, or I have a 30-day program, okay, that's trendy stuff for people who can't commit to doing anything, who are never going to achieve anything ever, and are going to completely waste their time. You're even using the idea of a 30-day challenge for anything fitness or athletic or physique related. Seriously, 30 days? You really think you're going to do shit in 30 days? You better be using a lot of drugs if you think you're going to do anything in 30 days. I mean, 12 weeks maybe. You know, that's kind of your baseline. How long is a good program? Most programs are written in 12-week blocks. I don't know of any good 30-day programs. No one programs in 30-day blocks. Nobody. No coach does. Why? Because it's a waste of time. You're not going to do much in 30 days. It's stupid. You can't even properly periodize something for only 30 days. You realistically need to run any given training system at least 12 weeks. At least 12 weeks. Right? And that's standard block periodization. 12 weeks, guys. But let's come back over to his point with that. You do need to be consistent. And as he pointed out, you might have a good program, but you're not being consistent with it. Well, let's come back over to the point. People get great results who are consistent on bad programs. I mean, let's be realistic. Look at anything from actualbodybuilding.com. Look at the programs Aaron has actually put out. They're bad. They're really bad from a programming perspective. They're some of the worst I've ever seen. They're terrible compared to good programs, right? Not saying they're terrible compared to other terrible stuff. They're probably better than some terrible stuff. But compared to good programs, they're pretty bad. But if you were consistent on them, like let's say you ran one of them consistently and did it hard and trained hard and put in every day and didn't miss workouts, you'd probably get pretty good results after 6 months. You'd get good results. You just wouldn't get the best results possible. And you're probably still going to end up being weak and have major deficiencies in your strength and, and abilities and everything else. It can be problematic. So the point that he made, consistency is actually more important. And I'll go so far as to say, let's be honest here, as a guy who even puts out programs, consistency is actually probably more important than a good program, because you could get good results on a bad program if you're consistent. You won't get great results unless you're genetically gifted or on a lot of drugs. So he's right. Consistency matters. What else did he get right? Calories in, calories out. He gave people access to a starting calorie calculator. Now, a lot of people are going to say those aren't accurate. They're somewhat accurate, even to the point for someone like me, right? Someone like me who has an enormous energy turnover, who is over 200 pounds, as myself a strength athlete, I move a lot of weight. I move a lot of weight. I run a 4-day-a-week concurrent periodization program with conditioning work on my off days, weighing 218 pounds. Well, you start plugging some of these numbers in. I've seen the calculators actually get pretty close for me. My maintenance calories is around 3,800. That's what I burn. Now, some people be like, well, Jason, if you burn that many calories, why aren't you ripped? Because I eat 3,800 calories. Again, it kind of comes back to his point that he got right. Calories in, calories out. That matters. If you want to lose weight, you have to burn more calories than you eat. And if you want to gain weight, and usually to gain muscle, you're going to have to eat more calories than you burn. So his point's valid there. One of the things that I will point out, though, he said, again, for people who need to lose weight, you need to be in a calorie deficit. You need to gain weight. You're a skinny guy who needs to bulk up. You need to gain weight. One of the problems I did see there, though, when he said go to a 4-day-a-week program, I'm telling you guys right now, as someone who follows a 4-day-a-week program, who writes free programs for novices, anyone who is going to Aaron's channel is a novice. There are no advanced lifters going to him for training advice. Let's be realistic here. No advanced lifter is going to go to his channel for training advice for a training program, right? Let's be honest. He's not an advanced lifter in terms of his strength, his development, anything else. And people say, well, he's whatever, he's ripped, but that doesn't make him an advanced lifter. I could put him on an intermediate program and he would make gains on it. So he is not an advanced lifter. He doesn't write programs for advanced lifters. You don't need 4 days a week. Most novice lifters need to be in the gym 3 days a week. They can make maximum gains on 3 days a week on proper programs. Go back over to good programs. Good novice program is 3 days a week. In fact, I have several of them. They're free. I don't charge for them. I'll probably link one down below for you guys. 3 days a week. 4-day-a-week programs are for more advanced lifters, to be honest. And if you guys, let's just be what an advanced lifter is. If you guys aren't repping 225 on the bench, you're not repping for work sets 315 on the squat, you're not an advanced lifter. All right, just forget about it. You're not even in the ballpark. That's baseline. That's baseline. You need to be on a 3-day-a-week program if you can't do that. As a healthy young man. By healthy young man, I mean anything under age of 50 who doesn't have like a cardiac issue or missing a limb or serious diabetes or something like that. Healthy young men. That's where you need to be an advanced lifter. Skinny novices struggle to eat enough. That's why they're struggling to bulk up and you're having to give them calorie calculators. Do you really want them training 4 days a week when they could make maximum gains in 3? Do you really need them burning through more calories? That's probably not what they need to do if they're struggling to bulk up. Just kind of throwing that out there. They need to ease into this. If anything, what you find if you're not careful with skinny novices, when you put them on too much training volume, the traditional hard gainer, they tend to not be able to eat enough to keep pace with it, and they don't gain muscle, and they stay skinny novices. They stay skinny undereaters. You have to gradually work up their ability to train through work capacity. You have to work up their ability to eat more food. Now, for the more fat person, you might argue, well, they could be lifting 4 days a week to burn more calories. Probably not. They probably need to be 3 also, because they can just do cardio on those off days, right? They can just do cardio and conditioning work on those off days to burn more calories. They'll be better off for it. But all in all, the fact that the calorie calculators are there, he's pretty accurate on that. And those calorie calculators actually aren't that far off if you're honest on what you plug into there. If you're honest about what you plug into there, about how active you really are. But let's come back to the point. You novice lifters do not have a high activity level. You're not strong enough. You don't have a high enough work capacity. You don't have enough conditioning to really train hard. They don't be plugging in that bottom slot there. That's the point a lot of people run into. I'm sorry, let's come back to the point. If you're not capable of doing 3 hours of continuous cardio, or you can't squat 315 for a bunch of reps, ass to grass, you probably are not that active. Let's be realistic here. You need to watch what activity level you pick. You guys are borderline sedentary. In other words, if you're on a novice training program and you don't do an hour of cardio every day on top of it, you're relatively inactive. You exercise modestly, lightly. Check the right box on those things. And then if you're honest with what you answer there, you're going to get more accurate results on those. And they're actually fairly accurate if you're honest with the answers in my experience, including me. Mine's actually within 200 calories of what my real burn is when I actually plug my numbers in. So they're accurate there. The only big thing I had a problem with was that, again, threw in the multivitamin thing. He's like, everyone should be on a multivitamin. No, I think multivitamins are not good. I don't think they're a good idea. I don't recommend anyone take one that's not been prescribed by a doctor. Like your doctor tells you to take a prenatal vitamin and you're pregnant, fine. Outside of that, you don't need a multivitamin. You need to eat good food. If you are deficient in one thing, you can take that one thing. Right? I take magnesium because of the specifics of my diet. Right? I take magnesium. I don't need a multivitamin. I'm not deficient in anything else. Nonsense. Eat a structured diet. Eat a proper diet. Ridiculous. In fact, you can actually hurt yourself with multivitamins if you're not careful. I'm not a fan. The only other thing you talk about replacing one of your meals with this whatever shake, or it's like, again, bullshit. Don't turn this into a supplement ad. Give good advice. Replacing meals with a shake. Yeah, that works real well if you're fat. A bunch of liquid calories for fatties. That's how they got fat to begin with. That's not a good way to lose weight. Just liquid calories, low satiety. And let's come back over to the other point. Well, the skinny undereater, well, they could drink this. No, they need to learn how to eat. If you're a skinny undereater and you're struggling to get enough calories in and you can't do it, I don't necessarily think liquid calories are what you need to resort to. You need to learn to eat some steak and peanut butter, right? Natural peanut butter and sirloin steak. Those are your friends. Drink some whole milk. You don't necessarily need to go buy a crappy supplement. Supplements, for the most part, unless you have a specific need for a specific supplement, which there are cases of that, there are plenty of cases of that, they're a waste of money and they're stupid. And so again, he's just trying to con people, sending them to goofyassbodybuilding.com, which is a terrible website full of garbage advice, garbage useless supplements. But the other stuff that he said is true. Consistency is king. You need to calculate your calories. You need to be on a structured program and be consistent with it for whatever your goals are. And quite frankly, at the end of the day, if you're setting 30-day goals as any sort of significant thing, you probably don't have the mentality to ever get any sort of real results. You need to change your mindset completely. You're in the wrong mindset. You need to be thinking of lifelong changes. What can I do in 12 weeks? What can I do in 6 months? What can I do in 3 years? What can I do in 5 years? That's the mentality you have to get real results. That's reality. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.